All right, you guys.
Yo,
Before we get started, I would like to show this clip because if we're talking about accountability, I believe that this clip right here will kind of give all of you an idea of what not taking accountability looks like. And then we're going to further go into that discussion. So, anything you want to say?
No, show the clip, man.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and show this
Show
clip.
the receipt.
And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about this thing. All right?
Yes.
Okay.
War is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate.
Don't take accountability for nothing. It seems like you can do everything up under the sun and get away with it. I'm saying, like, who the hell you think you is? I was your punching bag for like a year and a half until I finally built up the nuts to even like talk back or even say something back.
If going through what I went through last year is called a punching bag, you going through depression, you on depression pills, you having miscarriages back to back, that's a lot. Baby, you ain't strong enough for me. Now we're at a point where it's like, it's almost like we hate each other. You don't want to come home unless you want to get some. I'm not doing that with you. I'm not one of them girls.
If you're not doing that with me, why you still do it with me? When I come over and try to get some, why you don't tell me no?
I text you when we was arguing, I said,
no more having sex.
Yes, no more and no more having sex. What are we doing? We have real business going on. We got together. We got banking accounts together. I ain't never had no banking account with no motherfucker. I do not want to be with nobody who don't believe me.
Sierra, at the end of the day, it seems like I put all my time into what Sierra wants to do. What about what Zay want to do?
You can't do the same young, dumb, single that your friends do.
Sierra don't take accountability for other people's feelings. She don't do nothing but think about the money. And if a person can't admit when they wrong, it's just kind of hard.
Like, I'm not trying to divorce you, but I'm also not taking no bullshit. I don't even want to say the names that you call me, Zay. I'm embarrassed to say the names that you call your wife. Do you really with me for real? Do you love me?
I want a divorce. I finally made my mind up. It's been 2 years. It's kind of like when a person will get the picture, it's not gonna work.
You making the biggest mistake of your life.
Yeah, I just gotta get time to put me first. That's all.
That's fine. I'll give it to you. Because I promised myself, I'm not crying. I'm going to give it to you.
I'll see you later.
Yo, welcome back. Woo! Man, I tell you, that brother was saying, accountability chick or something.
Is that what he said?
I don't accountability shucks. I don't know.
Maybe it was his southern accent because he said kind of buller, kind of
got gold friends or something. That sounds so painful. I like that. It sound like it hurt.
Oh my God! You know what? That whole episode hurt it when I watched it. I was just like, wow,
man, getting beat up.
Ooh, one thing I could say though, when a man wants to walk away. I mean, he looked like he was ready to just get up out of there after he said he wanted that divorce.
Man.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah. It don't just always be you guys that be wanting a divorce, you know what I mean? It be the man too. You know what I mean? Like,
clearly, because he didn't even want to. It was like he almost wanted to just come there and just say, I want the divorce without even having a conversation because at the end, when he said it, it was just like as a matter of fact. It was just so, I want a divorce. Like, I don't want to even hear nothing else you had to say.
Yeah. We top out too, you know what I mean? It's not always, like I said, not always about the woman and how she, takes so much. Man, we take a lot of stuff. We just got a lot more patience, because we're always getting blamed for a lot of the things that's going wrong in the marriage anyway. We take the bulk of that, at least 75% of it, I believe.
Well, I could see that in a lot of cases with men because I have to say it, ladies. There are a lot of ladies that don't take accountability. Did I say it like him?
Man, you did. I'm like, you been listening.
See, that's what I get for mocking him. I'm over here talking like him now. Accountability. No, but
You gotta count the syllables.
right, like accountability. You know,
Ability.
right, ability. But you know, it's real. And I feel like that comes from a very selfish place, a very broken place.
Yeah. Painful.
Because at the end of the day, you have to know how to be in a relationship.
Man.
Everybody want to be in a relationship, but that don't mean that everybody know how to be in a relationship.
Or even seeing a healthy relationship, seeing mother, father, you know what I'm saying, come from whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Didn't
of
get
course.
that prime example.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
And even if you did come from two, sometimes that whole environment could be an ugly place to be because all the arguments, and if this is what, you know, I'm looking at, I'm gonna reproduce that in my relationship because that's what I saw. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah. So it could be like very broken places, you know, didn't get taught how to even date. Now you want to be in a marriage, you know what I mean? And you never got the real sit down, the real chat about that. So therefore, that's going to bring about a lot of, you know, mistakes. You thinking you okay. The man is just going to play the part of, you know, I'm going to take care of her. I'm going to try to, cultivate her emotions, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, comfort her and all of that. But and sometimes, you know, it's like you let it go for so far and so long. Hey, TNT. It's gonna be an explosive, you know, situation, and it ain't gonna be good.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I definitely get it. We're all human. You know, we all have our breaking points. And in her case, Sierra from the clip from Love and Hip Hop, by the way. If
Are we gonna talk about how she looked, like all her enhancements? Huh? How about them enhancements? It's like, man.
Okay. I mean, we can't leave that out. But before we start on that,
The enhancements.
that's definitely gonna fall into this conversation.
Okay. I just want to make sure we
Because
touch that.
it has to be talked about.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah,
Because
let's have that.
I was gonna talk about something else pertaining to that, but
Okay.
before I go there, I just want to, you know, bring people up to speed that may not know about Sierra and her past.
There you go.
This is the third marriage. And I watched Love and Hip Hop. Well, I used to. I used to watch those, you know, episodes. I haven't watched the new series that's out right now. But I watched her, I followed her, and I saw a lot of her downfalls. Like when she first came on the show, it was a husband that was cheating with the assistant. So she dealt with that. She got into another relationship right after that. He was cheating. He was playing around, playing games. They kind of both, I guess, cheated on each other. You know, a lot of women say, I'm going to get my lick back. And then she met a third guy that they brought on the show. She married him.
She getting married too much and not
And
healing.
okay, so that guy, I heard the same kind of similar stories that, you know, she's selfish, she doesn't take accountability, and that's kind of the problem that I think he was having. But on the show, it seemed like in her words, she was like leaving him because he was doing other things or whatever, right? So here we are to this third marriage. Fourth guy. She didn't marry the one right after
Sit down
the
somewhere.
first husband, but here we are, the third guy.
Okay.
And he's saying pretty much the same thing, the accountability part again. Like,
So obviously she's not taking into consideration that this is part of her personality.
it's a part of her
you know,
personality.
her makeup, you know what I mean?
She, you know, she throws in a lot of her other attributes as far as, you know, making money, being a go-getter, because that she is.
So she thinks
She
that
has a
covers
lot
all.
of things going on. But ladies, let me be the first to tell you, a lot of men don't give a damn. Most men, should I say, don't give a damn about none of that.
Nope.
They don't give a damn about none of
They
that.
don't care about that.
They just want to be respected,
Hmm.
nurtured, supported.
Yeah.
Well, you can add more because you're a man. So,
Hello.
I mean, I only know
Yeah.
from my dealings with men and what I know what it takes for a good, healthy relationship to survive. I'm the type like that. That's exactly why I did a lot of work before I got into another relationship, because you can't go into a relationship with all your baggage, especially from other
Previous.
relationships,
Previous.
or even your childhood trauma, or your daddy issues, or
haven't
your
gotten
mama
any-
issues. None of that stuff.
You haven't gotten any counseling. I mean, like,
It's not fair.
How you moving into
Right.
each relationship, not getting, you know, some checks and balances.
Both parties should do work if they know
Absolutely.
that they need to do work.
But if you find yourself
Both parties need to do the work.
getting married, come on. At some point, when do you recognize maybe it's
Right.
me?
And then I've also heard Sierra say things like, you know, I don't got a problem leaving them. Here's the thing. Why do you keep leaving or have to leave these relationships?
Track star.
That's not a flex or the answer.
She's a track star.
Yeah,
She
but
runs.
at the end of the day, that's not a flex, because if you were in healthy relationships, they would be healthy relationships and you wouldn't be leaving them. So it's either always one or two things. It's you are the problem or your picker is off and you pick the wrong man. But in this case, it's both.
Well, you know what? I'm just thinking and sitting here listening, and when you say the picker, you know, I
Yeah.
think what it boils down to, I keep choosing the same type of men because that's what I'm attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
So you keep the vicious cycle keeps repeating itself
Yeah.
to where, if you haven't noticed that if all your men been cheating, hello.
Right.
When do we wake up and smell the coffee?
Right.
You know, I must be attracted, but we don't want to own that. We have to own that, you
Yeah.
know, to ourselves to say, you know.
Well, that's a part of taking accountability, to be able to look at yourself and say, okay, what part am I playing in this that's causing these relationships to not work? I mean, most people are not willing to do that. Most people play victim and blame.
Right.
It's always that person. Because did you hear the part when she said, you're making the biggest mistake of your life?
She must be talking about.
I don't know if it was in that clip, but it's so many clips, right?
Mm-hmm.
But on the show,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
The original time it aired, that's what she said. You're
Okay.
making the biggest mistake of your life. If he thought he was making the biggest mistake of his life, divorce would have never came out his mouth, right?
Yeah.
A man is not going to just walk away and you're doing everything that you're supposed to do unless he himself is a narcissist or he's the problem.
Well, you know, people stay in relationships because, yeah, maybe the money is good. Maybe the notoriety is great. Maybe how we living with our home and cars that we driving and living in, maybe that's cool. But after a while, the material plays out.
Yeah,
It's
because
like, we want the foundation. Like,
yeah,
we want that foundation that's
Yes.
sturdy,
yes,
you know, not built
the
on
emotional
sand.
and mental stability.
Yeah. And when that start playing out, you just like, man, I can walk away.
Listen,
Because I can't tell you how many women have done things for me or bought me stuff, give me credit cards, and I'm thinking, I don't even like you.
y'all hear that, ladies?
I do not like, bought me
Woo.
cars.
Ooh,
I do not like it. But thank you. I was appreciative. Now that I look back on it, I wish I'd have never taken it.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you talk from the streets, like, oh, your boys like, you know what I'm saying, what she do for you, you know what I'm saying? You get,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, how many you got, you know? So it was always a platform of high, like they would expect you to do. And then I took advantage. So
Yeah.
it's
Because
like,
I mean they're out there, you know. Let's just say what it is. A lot of women are thirsty
yeah,
to have a man.
they'll pay for it.
And bro, you know, you're attractive guy.
Thank
so
you. I appreciate that.
you're gonna it's gonna be like a little easy street for you because
Is it? Yeah,
handsome men have it a way better.
I appreciate
Handsome men have it way better. And then, you know, don't have no like charismatic personality.
that. Yeah, kind of works hand in hand, you know. You
It's
develop
gonna
this
draw 'em.
talent.
They gonna be thinking like, what can I do to get him?
Right,
Oh, let me buy him a car.
right.
Oh,
How
let
can I keep 'em?
let me do this. Let me
Yeah.
do that. Let me.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
is the wrong thing to do, ladies. I can't express that enough.
Yeah, you got
You never should have to buy a man.
No,
Never.
no.
Y'all
Check for the
he-
check and balances. You know
he's
what I'm
telling
saying?
y'all.
At least make sure the appreciation is there, you know, and the give back is there too. You know what I mean? I think that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. Ladies, you know, this is why self-love and healing is so important. And I speak about this on like a lot of my other pages all the time. I'm speaking about self-love. I'm speaking about healing because when you really are there, when you are really like done some real work, not just no surface level stuff. People be thinking they read a book and they healed. And then they still go out and find themselves doing the same stuff. You're not healed.
Okay.
Because if you're still doing the same things you were doing before, if you're still ending up with the same cats and dudes that you was, you know, attracted to before, you haven't done any real work.
So how would you tell them to like, where should they start? You know what I mean? Like, what could be the very first thing for them to start the self-healing or start the self-loving? What could they do?
Number one, you cannot try to date while you working on yourself to heal.
Sit down somewhere.
You cannot
Sit it down.
try to date. Okay, that's
Let's start
numero uno. Understand? Numero uno.
Sit
And I
down.
see so many women talking about they on the healing journey and they trying to date somebody.
They say to get over one person, you go get
That
another
is the
person.
stupidest advice that whoever auntie told them. Yo,
Go get you another man. Go out on dates.
that is the stupidest advice that you can ever take from anybody.
Go spend somebody else's
How
money.
is that working for you?
Right.
It's not.
Right.
It doesn't.
Right.
Now, if you, maybe get somebody, maybe
You shouldn't.
that mean that not all the time you're ready, right? I've seen this happen time and time again where, okay, a woman, she go through all these relationships where she got dog walked by all these different men, right? So therefore, she never really had a good one that treated her good, right?
Okay.
So now she done been through all these different guys that did her wrong, and then she finally meet this guy, and he coming in, he's respectful, he's doing everything, he's whining and dining, he's loving on her, he's supportive, he's emotionally and mentally there, all these different
Available.
things, right? And then guess what? He too nice.
Oh, she don't
You
like
start-
it. She like bad boys.
Start dogging him out. You know why?
She like bad boys.
Because you were never used to that treatment in the first place, and the unhealed version of you don't even know how to treat that man.
See.
And that's what happens. I see it all the time.
See.
So when women be, you know, talking about how they ready for this amazing guy, a lot of times you don't be ready because you haven't done any work. You haven't done any work.
No.
So that's why it don't work.
Yeah.
Now, I'm here to tell you because I have been there and done all of this, right? It works. You have to not date and work on yourself. It's okay to have a season alone, 6 months, a year even. I did 4 years. And
Man,
it was
that's
the
some serious
best,
work.
amazing times of my life because I really got to know who I was, especially after getting out of a relationship of 20 years, going in my 20s, coming out in my 40s, early 40s, you know, I still had time.
Mhm.
I still had, all this going on. You know what I mean? Because I still
Well,
do.
4 years.
I still
That's
do.
a good amount of time.
Hey, don't be ignoring me.
Oh yes,
talking about
yes,
myself.
yes. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah,
Don't be
that's why.
just skating over me, admiring myself.
No, my bad.
But no,
No.
seriously. And there's women, bro, and they're like headed towards their 60s and they still don't get
Get it?
this. They still don't get it.
Yeah.
And I feel sad.
Sad a little
It is sad because
bit. Yeah.
anybody that truly know me and that are my friend, I be rooting for my friends. I be wanting them to level up and be in that loving relationship.
And they be attractive.
I be
looking,
wanting that. Yes.
And they be looking still, a little young.
Yeah.
Keeping their body,
Keeping themselves together.
saying?
Yes.
Hair's right.
Yeah.
But my thing is, what's going on in the brain?
It's everything is mindset.
What's coming out of the mouth?
Mindset,
You
yep.
know what I'm saying? That prevents you
Yes.
from, getting that guy. You
Yes.
know what I mean? Like that man. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Something you must be saying. I listen to some women and like, I would have never thought that at this age I'd have not been married.
Mm. Oh, you heard that a lot?
I've heard that on a few occasions,
Mm.
And I would say, ladies, check your personality first.
Huh.
Get
Yeah.
some other opinions about and hopefully they'll be honest to you, whoever your friends are or your family. Just say, hey, how's my personality? Am I
They got to be
nice?
ready for
You know
that
what I'm saying?
question, though.
I know.
They got to be ready for
do.
the feedback.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
see,
you
a lot
gotta
of
respect it.
and let's just put this out there. A lot of people don't have enough emotional intelligence to hear the real feedback that
Can't
the
take
other
it.
people see
Can't
in
take
you. They can't take it. They're not there yet.
Denial.
Exactly. And so what happens is they get mad, they feel defensive, they
Right, right.
want to stop talking to you.
Right.
All these things. I know this because there are times where I tried to talk to certain girlfriends and say, "Hey, maybe you should do this."
Mm-hmm.
Especially the ones that are sane or asking, like, I don't know, why my relationships never work and stuff like that, right?
Right.
And then you try to say certain things or add things, and it backfires. They're like coming at you and want to try to, talk crazy to you or bash you or remind you of a time or,
And I think
all
a
those
lot of
things.
times, women are not very open, when a man is trying to talk to them. Sometimes it's like pulling teeth to have a flowing conversation, and the expectation that some women have that men are supposed to be doing can be really over the top. You know what I mean? If you want to be a team, player, what does that really look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not get on the team together and sit back and let that man do everything. What is your part? What role do you play? Do you want to play, and have a role inside the relationship in the beginning?
And that's why people have to let their walls down.
Come down
When it
just
comes
a
to
little
relationships,
bit.
they have to let the egos go. And pride. I always say pride and ego is the biggest thief of having a amazing life, pretty much. You end up being the main person that is stopping that from happening because you're too bullheaded and you don't want to see within yourself. And that's a huge one. You know,
So what about women taking accountability these days? You know what I mean?
the accountability part is I see it a lot. Oh my God, I just seen something yesterday, right?
Okay.
It was a little clip,
Okay.
and this guy had some callers calling in, women, and the ladies were arguing kind of back and forth with him, saying that if a woman have multiple kids with multiple fathers, it's not the woman's fault. And I was like, what?
And Sam's
And I was really surprised when I started reading some of the comments. There were a lot of women on the men's side And my take was I was on the man's side too, because here's the reason why. Number one, as women, we have to make sure that we always protect ourselves, number one. Number two, if we get pregnant, we get to decide if that baby get to see life.
We have no
right?
say,
And a man has no say so.
None.
And then number
Remember
three,
that.
why are you continuing to keep having kids
By
by
different
men
Stop the bleeding.
when the three fathers before
didn't work
didn't
out.
work out and didn't stick around, didn't marry you, didn't do anything?
Because she's trying to keep every man
So-
that come.
You can't just say, oh, I just kept slipping up. Oh, I kept making a mistake. Because first of all, I don't feel that kids are a mistake. I feel kids being born into the world is always a blessing, but it's how they get here sometime is on the adults with,
Yeah, because they didn't
being
whisper.
irresponsible.
They didn't whisper into your ear and say, make me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You was
And even
doing what
if
you
a
was
man don't use anything, right? You are the one that can get pregnant.
doing. Right.
So it's
You're the
always going to be kind of on the woman,
That's what I said.
because once again, she decides to bring that child into the world, and that man has no say so over her body.
Sex is a responsibility.
Right.
Oh,
So, so that's another, another thing I see with the accountability part. Another thing that I feel is freaking hilarious is when women talk about, I don't need no man, and man this and man that, angrily speaking. And I'm thinking like, you definitely needed a man to have them kids.
One.
You couldn't do that by yourself. You
One.
needed a man to
Right.
have all those kids you got. You
takes
needed
two.
a man to have them. You know?
Right.
So you probably don't know about, it's another girl, she's trending, and all her businesses, she puts it out there pretty much. She has 6 kids. 2 of them are twins. She has, I think, three fathers in between those 6 kids.
I'm looking at these fathers.
She's
like,
not with none of them. But you have, the internet is split because she went through a public breakup with the husband before this guy. They just had 1 kid. She had 3 other kids before him. Then they had a kid. They were married. 4th kid came. Broke up with him. Public. All over this internet. Ended up meeting this one guy. Instead of her going to heal, instead of her going to work on herself, she thinking flexing with this new guy was, the thing to do. Look at me. I have another man.
Right.
We're doing things. We
Right.
look happy
False.
to the world.
False advertising.
Next thing you know, boom, toxic.
False advertising.
Toxic.
Because she
Explosion.
ain't unhealed.
And now 2 more kids are brought into the
Unhealed.
world in a broken family. And the women that are taking up for her and riding for her, it's
because
like,
they probably in that same situation.
it's like, it gotta be. It's like a cult leader.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm. And then
Mindset.
looking for love,
Mindset
looking for
is
love.
everything.
Looking for love.
Mindset
all
is
the
everything.
wrong places.
And I know that's why a lot of people don't like me, because no, I'm not the average woman. I'm very intelligent. I'm very smart. I've done my work. I don't care if you like me. I'm me.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean? Because people will be mad and not like you because they still out there doing the same dumb stuff and you got your stuff together.
But men got a responsibility.
I ain't
too.
saying I got it all together.
But men got a responsibility too. I mean, you look
I
at a
done a lot of work.
situation, coming into a woman, and you know that she has these kids by different men. How do you say, I'm gonna come in too on this? You know what I'm saying? Like, how's that even attractive, to a man to say like, hey, well, I'm gonna be with you anyway? I mean, granted, it's a humbling decision because the kids need a male role model, but I'm like, it's some unhealing. It's some unhealing here that hasn't been done when you have kids by other men multiply. So I just don't understand the men that accepts that and say, I'm gonna do it too, and then You get in there, not even you know she can get pregnant, obviously. You see this, and you go in there raw dogging and go in there
Because
unprotected.
most men
you know
don't
what I'm
think
saying?
about stuff like that.
Oh man, get out of here.
Most of those type of men, they're looking at how good she look. They looking at her body.
I don't
They
care.
looking at her booty.
No, thank
They
you.
looking at all that. They're not. They don't give a damn what's up here.
I'd be like,
They
run.
just looking at all that, and they just want to hit it.
Run, Jesse, run. I'm out of here.
And then they hit it, and then they want to hit it again. So yeah, now they're stuck because they probably done got sprung on the little poo poo. Now they, want to stick
Terrible.
around a little bit longer and play little stepdaddy here and there.
Terrible.
But it was all a toxic situation from the beginning. And that is the bad part about these situations. They always
and these
are
kids
toxic.
Are brought up in this type of
Exactly.
situation, so.
Because both of the people that are that are going into these situations are not healed people. And this is why we have so much toxic, dysfunctional relationships out there, because nobody wants to do the work.
But it affects the kids. You know what I'm saying? The
It
kids are the
always
ones
affects the kids.
in school.
And then it trickles down to the
kids.
kids because they pick up those toxic traits.
And they have
And it's
these
handed down.
attitudes,
And
you
it
know
keeps
what I mean?
going from generation to generation because nobody wants to do the work. Period. And that's part of
That's
the
where
biggest
women got
thing.
to take accountability. This is where they
Women
need
got to take accountability because once again, they are the ones getting left to care for these kids when in fact these men are not sticking around. Number
They
one,
probably
to
only there
be
for one reason.
with the woman, not sticking around number two, because they don't want to financially or mentally or emotionally take care of that kid.
They was probably never there for that in the first place, but then she ended up pregnant, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so they was only there for the good times, not for a long time, you know what I mean?
Well, bro, I had a friend. She said her auntie told her, have all the kids you want by however many different men you want.
That is
because at the end of the day, those are your kids. And guess what? She had 4 by 4 different men.
That is something
And when she
crazy.
told me that conversation, I said, well, I get that you probably thought that was
No,
some
bad advice.
good to do in your young mind. But now that you are older, don't you feel that was really some not good advice? Like, here you are, 4 kids. Then when she finally did get married, she married a bum. So
Make good
it's
choices.
toxic cycles.
Yeah. The vicious
Dysfunctional
cycles,
toxic cycles that go
toxicity,
around and around and around, and it don't stop.
vicious cycle.
And it's like I said, nobody want to face themselves. You
No,
tell
they don't
somebody
look in
they
the
need to
mirror.
do something, they need to do the work, they'll look at you crazy, they ready to curse you out. Ain't nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
And it's not even a matter of anything being wrong. It's a matter of how you are functioning and how you are showing up and how you think that doing these types of things is nothing wrong with it.
And
And in
being an
fact, it is
example.
something wrong with it.
Being an example to your other children, you know what I'm saying? If you already got 1 or 2, you can't keep going down this road, dead ends, to keep having more children, because every girl, every boy needs their father, you know what I'm saying? And mothers, can I say, to take accountability on allowing men to be around their children,
That's another thing.
regardless of the fact. I understand that they may not be financially doing what you want them to do. You know what I mean? You want them to pay and do this and that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, allow him to still have a relationship, because it's not about you or him. The relationship didn't work. It's about the kids knowing who their other half is, because they need that.
Well,
They'll
that-
internalize
that-
that growing up.
It definitely takes somebody mature to handle those type of situations, because 9 times out of 10, somebody's feelings may still be involved, and now you can't even properly co-parent
Man,
because somebody is not mature enough. And then let's just say one person is mature enough,
right.
the other person might not be mature enough. Now the kid is involved with the back and forth mess that's going on between those 2 parents,
Right.
and it's never fair.
Right.
And that's why women need to really be mindful of who they're having kids with, as well as men need to be mindful of who they're having kids with.
Yeah, men, and I would even say, through my experiences of having children, I didn't was under the same roof under the, with my kids. But I make sure that I wanted to be in their lives. You know what I mean? Yeah, the mothers and I, didn't pan out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering this too. How come I look at different situations where I see a pregnancy happens and they're not married, okay, but as soon as the pregnancy and the child is birthed and born into the world, I'm seeing like maybe 3 to 6 months later, they're not even together anymore.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I mean, I knew my reasons, for my first child, why I didn't stay with my child's mother, and I regret it. I regret not being under the same roof.
Yeah.
To see, because I say it now, with a heart like, saying, I wish she could have saw me, when she woke up.
Yeah. Missed out on a lot of things.
A lot of things,
Yeah.
and also that she saw her mother and father together,
Yeah.
because I don't know what she's thinking now, you know what I'm saying?
Because I would have taught her, especially if that relationship healthy, because
Right.
it has to be healthy for them to see and learn something from it.
Yeah.
Because if it's toxic and two parents are under the roof and they're arguing all the time, then
That environment has
that
to be-
environment is no better than being a one parent home.
Right.
You know?
Right. And I think back then I was dealing with a lot, trying to start a business, and then the pregnancy. So I was like, "Come on, you pregnant? Let's go do the right thing. Let's get married." You know what I'm saying? She turned me down. I was like, "All right, don't threaten me with
But
your
you probably
time."
being your young self at that
Yeah,
time, you probably wouldn't have been a good husband.
I mean, I probably wouldn't. You know what I mean? I mean, I had
'cause
my
you didn't
mother
know.
and father.
Yeah, but
But I wasn't
just
taught.
think about it, especially being here in Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There
you
was
got
a lot going
options. You
on.
got a lot of options. You know what I mean?
It was them was the days too
Yeah.
back in them days.
But I was gonna try. At least I
Yeah.
was gonna try and get in there and say, 'cause I was just buying my first home and had a business and still working my regular job. And so I was like, well, come on, let's just raise it. And she turned me down. That was that. But I hated it for my daughter now looking
Right.
back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, if you see yourself not being in a marriage and only doing it for sake of the kids to be happy, and it's not the genuine love there between the two parents, then that kind of doesn't
No,
work.
I had
Work.
love for her. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I was in love with her. We was doing
Yeah, but
it.
sometimes when we're young like that, we don't really know the ins and outs of what love is supposed to be to make it work.
Nah,
Because love is having the feelings, saying the words. That's all good. But
That's all the
constantly
most we
showing
work
up
off of.
every day, that's the part right
It's
there.
a job. It's a
Exactly.
365 days.
Absolutely.
7 days a week.
And you
know
have
what
to
I mean?
come in and you have to
12
compromise and you have to not be selfish and you have
You have to be taught all of that.
do things for your partner, like
You
be there
definitely
for
have to
them.
be taught that. You know what I mean?
Once again, be there emotionally, be there mentally. See, I'm gonna take emotionally, spiritually, and mentally over physically and financially any day. I'd rather have those other three
Yeah.
with myself and with my partner than have the other two. Because the reason why I say that is because anybody can have sex, right? And you can connect there. But if you don't have no connection outside that bedroom, it's going to be a rocky relationship. Because you don't have the other ones lined up.
Do
And that's what happens.
base it on that.
And you just said something about you see somebody pregnant and they together, and then the baby is about
Birth.
6 months down the line, 1 year old, they done broke up.
Already.
That's because
Every
they
other
never
weekend
got a chance to
fathers.
know each other, and they got themselves in a situation,
Yeah.
and they moved too
Yeah.
fast, and
Yeah.
now they're trying to get to know each other, and now they got a whole baby to care for too.
Yeah.
And they might not even be connected or be a match
Or
in the first
mature
place.
enough to
handle what comes with all that.
responsible for
Exactly.
that type of situation. They don't want the
It's a lot of
responsibility.
very immature people out there,
Men and women.
men and women. Yes,
No
I can
gender
agree.
based.
I'm not
No gender based.
I'm gonna always
I'ma
call
ride
it
for
like
my
it is.
guys.
I'm not gonna ride for guys or girls. I'm a truth.
Well,
I'm a truth seeker and
yeah.
a truth speaker.
Yeah. I'll go.
And
against as
anybody
well.
that know my been following me for a while and know my content, I am gonna always speak the truth, and I'm not gonna rah for women, and I'm not gonna rah for
Oh
men.
no, it's not
I'm
pumping it up.
I'm
you
very
know.
equal in my speaking and my knowledge and my mindset. So
Yeah.
that's what you're gonna always get the truth.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, you know this went pretty fast. I mean, and I
It's
felt
over?
like I was just getting started.
Man, I was just warming up.
Yeah, but we got to bring it to an end. I don't know if y'all want us to come back for part 2 with this. Let us know, because we can come back with a part 2.
Yeah, man. I know you got things on your mind, and I've heard, different situations like it was our fault for impregnating her. If that's a problem, or you got a young son, or you know what I'm saying, that needs to listen in and say, hey, what can we do? Let us know. We're here.
Yep. So anyway, we want you guys to join the conversation.
Join in, please.
Tell us what you think.
Right.
Also, leave in the comments a similar situation.
You like or
what do you
dislike,
agree
we
with?
can
What
do
do you
better,
don't agree with?
know.
Just talk to us.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
We'll talk
and
back.
comment and share and like
Yeah.
and follow. Okay. Sharing is caring. All right.
Hello.
It doesn't cost you a dime.
Wow. No money?
Don't cost no money. Don't cost no money. So that's what we're asking y'all to do. We're asking y'all to share. If
Please.
nothing else,
All right.
share.
That's what's up.
All right, guys. So that's it for episode 9.
Episode
and we will
9.
see y'all back here
All right.
for episode 10.
Thanks for tuning in. See you later.